There's Candace Parker, a legend in the WNBA, who now on her podcast peeled back the curtain in a compare and contrast between Adam Silver and Cathy Engelbert. And I'm like, this is not going to go well for Cathy. And it doesn't go well for Cathy. And it might be sort of the nail in the coffin.
Welcome back to Basketball Strike. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, because this story is about to get intense. This one is absolutely wild. WNBA legend and NBA broadcaster Candace Parker has just taken direct aim at WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. And she didn't just throw a little shade, she dropped a live TV bombshell that could genuinely mark the beginning of the end for Engelbert's leadership in the league. What Candace revealed wasn't just criticism. It was the kind of inside truth that exposes exactly why the WNBA continues to struggle with its image and leadership. Before we dive deeper into what happened, let us know down in the comments if you think Cathy's time as commissioner is officially running out. Because after what Candace just said, the storm clouds over the WNBA's front office are darker than ever. It all started during a recent episode of the Post Moves podcast featuring Candace Parker and Aaliyah Boston. The show was supposed to focus on leadership in women's basketball, but instead, Candace turned it into a brutally honest reality check for the WNBA itself. Calm, controlled, and absolutely lethal, she exposed a glaring leadership problem that no one at the top wanted to acknowledge. Candace began by recounting her own experiences with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, contrasting his professionalism and attentiveness with Cathy Engelbert's radio silence. She explained that when she signed her broadcasting deal with Amazon, Silver personally texted her to congratulate her. When she had her third child, he sent her a message again, along with a thoughtful baby gift. She mentioned that she even gets a Christmas gift from him every year. And when she retired from professional basketball, Adam Silver didn't just reach out. He personally sent her a heartfelt text message thanking her for her contributions to the women's game and expressing excitement for what she'd bring to broadcasting. Meanwhile, she revealed she never heard a single word from Cathy Engelbert. As the podcast went on, Candace began directly comparing Adam Silver's level of engagement with Engelbert's. And the contrast was brutal. Parker explained that in all her time working within the WNBA, Engelbert had never shown even a fraction of the effort or connection that Silver had. She said that after her retirement, she didn't hear from Engelbert for months, until she finally saw her at the Phoenix All-Star Game. And even then, Engelbert only said congratulations, in person, for months after Candace's retirement. That was it. No personal note. No message. No acknowledgement of everything Parker had done for the sport. Candace went on to explain that she wasn't the only one who noticed this. Other players, like Sabrina Ionescu, had mentioned the same issue. Sabrina herself had publicly said she had a closer relationship with Adam Silver than with her own commissioner. Candace pointed out that Engelbert didn't even attend her two jersey retirement ceremonies, which spoke volumes about how disconnected the league's top executive was from its most important players. And then came the knockout moment, the one that made the internet freeze. Candace looked straight into the camera and calmly said, "I've never gotten anything like that from Cathy Engelbert." That single line landed harder than any viral tweet ever could. This wasn't some rookie venting frustration. This was Candace Parker, Hall of Famer, two-time MVP, Finals MVP, and one of the few athletes responsible for keeping the WNBA alive long before Caitlin Clark took it global. When Candace speaks, the entire basketball world listens. And the fact that she didn't shout, didn't rant, and didn't even raise her voice made the truth of her words hit even harder. Her calm honesty was surgical and devastating. Candace made it clear that her point wasn't about gifts or texts, it was about leadership. True leadership starts with relationships. She explained that if the NBA is supposed to be the WNBA's blueprint, then the league needs to follow it completely. The NBA figured out decades ago that investing in its stars and building real relationships with them is what turns players into cultural icons. That's how legends like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Steph Curry became household names. The league didn't just promote their talent, it made them feel valued. But according to Candace, Cathy Engelbert treats her players like faceless employees instead of franchise cornerstones. It's as if she's running a non-profit organization rather than a professional sports empire. And that mindset has created a deep disconnect between the commissioner's office and the players who are actually carrying the WNBA's success. Even Aaliyah Boston didn't have to say anything during the conversation. You could read every thought on her face. She knew Candace was right. Candace then dropped another truth bomb. Both Sabrina Ionescu and Elena Del Don had said the same thing. They admitted that they'd had more personal communication with Adam Silver, who oversees the NBA, G League, and international operations, than with Cathy Engelbert, who only manages a roster of about 150 players. Think about that. The commissioner of the NBA, running a billion-dollar global league with hundreds of stars, still finds the time to build genuine relationships with WNBA players. Meanwhile, Engelbert, whose league is tiny in comparison, can't even send a congratulatory text message. That's not just neglect, it's a leadership failure of the highest order. It's the kind of mistake that destroys trust from the inside out. Candace said it best: leadership is about showing up. It's about making people feel valued and seen. And when the commissioner of another league does your job better than you do, it completely shatters the perception of authority. Even if Cathy didn't mean to come across as distant, the reality is that perception is reality. The fact that she can go months, or even years, without reaching out to the athletes who built her league says everything. Candace pointed out that it's not even a matter of workload. The WNBA has fewer than 150 players. It would take Engelbert less than a day to send a personalized message to every one of them if she wanted to. Adam Silver, on the other hand, manages thousands of people, oversees global operations, and still manages to maintain a personal touch. So what's Cathy's excuse? This isn't even Engelbert's first public relations disaster. Just a few weeks ago, Minnesota Lynx star Nafisa Collier reportedly went off during her exit interviews, claiming that Engelbert privately said Caitlin Clark should be grateful for the WNBA platform because she wouldn't be making millions otherwise. Engelbert denied making the comment, but the damage was already done. Fans interpreted the alleged quote as jealousy masked as management, and it spread across social media like wildfire. Now, with Candace Parker publicly exposing Engelbert's lack of leadership and emotional disconnect, it feels like strike two. Players have had enough. Candace also revealed that when she sat across from Engelbert to discuss the league's officiating issues, Cathy brushed her off by saying, "Well, only the losers complain about the refs." Parker also asked Engelbert about fixing the league's pay structure, especially since young stars like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Buchers are driving massive revenue but earning very little in their first 4 years.